Hello. It's Marty here from Marty's Garden and the Garden Creator Hub. I tell you what, have we got a good show for you guys today. Now, if you're here and you're checking the rerun, make sure you stay for all the awesome questions, because once the community rolls in and starts asking these great questions in the Q&A, you're going to be blown away and go, wow, this is really cool. I wish I had thought of that. So many great things come up. We've also got a special guest, Kayleen, she's from the Urban Homestead Artist. And yeah, she's also a member over at the Garden Creator Hub. And we're going to do an interview with her and also, bring on the Q&A with her as well. So that's a lot of fun. She's down in Victoria of Australia, and we'll let her sort of tell her more about where she's from and what she's doing and things like that. And we'll sort of dig deep into it. So if you're coming in to the rerun, you can also leave questions for Kayleen. She'll come in and probably pop in later on from time to time and answer a few of those questions for you if you couldn't make the live. And of course, you can have questions for me. Now, remember, you put a big Q in front for question, and that helps me see when people are chatting and stuff, and I don't pull across wrong comments and things like that. So, yeah, Q for question. Remember, no question is regarded as silly or stupid or anything. We're all at different levels, from beginner to intermediate to very experienced or master gardeners. And we get a really broad range of people in here, a lot of broad range of different level gardeners. And I get really surprised at a lot of the questions that get answered and a lot of the answers actually that come through from the people that attend this live event, which we've been having every Friday night. I think this is the third one now, so I shouldn't say every, but yeah, we're getting there. And 8 p.m. Sydney, Australia time, so that's 7 p.m. Queensland time, and wherever you are around the world. Maybe you'll let us know in the comments box. Not maybe, let us know in the comments box where you're from, what time it is, and if you're having a good old time and enjoying yourself. And look, there's going to be some great questions coming up. We've got people rolling up from the hub already, and it's really great to see. There's one of our members. And I'm going to leave links in the description for Kayleen's channel. And also, if you want to go over to the hub, the Garden Creator Hub, and check that out, and maybe you want to get involved in that. It's a lot of fun being involved in that. Yep, so it's 8 p.m. New South Wales time. I'm on New South Wales time. I think same in Victoria. They're down the same time as us. So we've got a few people rolling up. And, yeah, Kayleen's just waiting in the background there. And she's ready to rock and roll and have a good old time also. And I'm sure she's, like, ready and eager for your questions. I know I am, because I've got a few for her. And who knows, we might even have a few surprise questions. Anyway, look, I don't have a drum roll, so I'm just going to here we go. Here's Kayleen.
Hello.
How's that intro?
That was beautiful.
Did you like that? I'm very
I loved
animated tonight.
Yeah.
I needed
I
a
heard
drum.
it. I loved it.
Well, I used to have this other software, and it used to have all these great explosions and drums and sounds and all that. But I ended up just using this other one, StreamYard, at the moment. It doesn't have all those bells and whistles, but it's a lot of fun. It's easy to use, and eventually we'll get a nice background in with the Garden Creator Hub logos and things like that. But for now, I'm really excited because we've got people just rolling across here now. I'm pretty sure you can see that as well, Kayleen.
Yes,
if you look down at the screen like that, you know what it reminds me of? The Brady Bunch, and they're all like, coming up, they're all looking at each other like that, looking down, and then we got the Dickie Knee going across. People might know Dickie Knee. Actually, I've got a really good run off of this one. What show was Dickie Knee famous on? Leave it in the comments box down below, and I'd love to hear that. I'm just going to pull across some comments from people. 5 p.m. here in Perth. Wow. I love pigeons. Pigeons are cool. Jamaica here in New South Wales, so still on the same time as us. G'day, Dave. We got hiya, Kayleen. There we go.
Hey, I
And
see some familiar faces from the hub.
hang on, I missed Leon. I nearly missed him. Sorry, mate. That would have been dangerous, wouldn't it? Leon's homegrown. Excuse me. If I do miss anyone, please just place your question down below. And I've also got a bit of help from Kayleen today, tonight. So I mightn't miss something. She might say, "Hey, Marty, you got to pull that one up. You missed that one." So yeah, we've got a bit of help tonight because I do miss the odd one. So yeah, we've got Leon on next week, Friday night, as a special guest. So from Leon's Homegrown. So stoked to have him on the show. And yeah, stay tuned for that. It'll be same time next Friday night. And you'll get to meet another Aussie True Bluer YouTuber. All right, we'll keep going here. And we've got our first question answered from Anne-Marie Cross. Can you read that out, please, Kayleen?
Hello, Anne-Marie. Am I reading it out, did you say?
Hey, it's
Saturday.
Yeah, I got to get the flow going here. Not used to my style yet. Righto, we're going to fire away with some questions, so get them ready. I'm going to ask Kayleen now to introduce herself because you're all going, well, who's this woman? He hasn't really just give us a little introduction. So, yeah, we're going to get the questions from the people here. But first, can you just give us a quick rundown on who you are, Kayleen, please?
The mystery woman is from Melbourne, and we're talking about gardening, obviously, on Marty's channel, and which I've been a fan of for quite a while. And I'm in Melbourne, and I'm in the Yarra Valley, so it's a really beautiful, pretty green area. You know, some people call it a cold climate, but it's more temperate. And I started growing 3 years ago. Actually, Marty and I both started in our yards about the same time. So yeah, we've kind of journeyed into that on our properties at the same time. So I started after the lockdowns in Melbourne that were quite brutal, and we had to close. My husband and I had to close both our businesses. So I was a little bit concerned about food and food security moving forward, which, to be honest with you, I'm still concerned about. But I said to my husband, perhaps we might be a good idea to start growing some food in the backyard.
Well,
so
I think Sorry, go on.
Yes. So I had a very weed-infested mess that I started with, lots of problem weeds and not much in there. And I started growing in a very obviously frugal DIY, way, growing vegetables. And it's come a long way.
Let's go there. Let's go there because I want to pull the questions from the people. That's why I'm going to just stop being rude. I don't want to cut you short because that's not what I want to do. But I want them to get into the rhythm of things because I want you guys to sort of like pull the questions out of my guest here. And that way I don't know what they are. Like we can't pre-plan this sort of thing. So it keeps it real raw and authentic. And you guys know what you want to ask. Otherwise it would just be me asking for you. So while we're doing that, please think of any questions. And also any gardening questions you may have for me or for Kayleen. And what I'll do is I'll drag them across and I'll say if I can answer it, or I'll ask Kayleen maybe if she could like to answer it. And if we can't answer it, then we'll get the community to answer it. So this is beautiful. We've got lots and lots of things going on here. So I'm just waiting for the first question to come in. Now I've got a question for you, Kayleen, because you mentioned about the frugality of moving into the garden thing because you wanted to save money. So you would have been thinking, like, there's a whole story to it, the lockdowns of all this and stuff, and like so many reasons why. But let's just look at that. You wanted to save money type of thing. So what I want to do is provide some value. So what was the first thing that you implemented to think, well, I can plant this, I can get this going, and I can save a bit of money here?
Yeah, well, I started with no dig, the no dig method, because cardboard's free, and well, we started with a brush cutter and a chainsaw. It was to clear, but I had done no dig many years ago, quite successfully. So I thought that's probably the best way to go, because I really only need mulch, and the way
Yeah.
I do no dig is to plant into pockets, so that you don't have to have a massive amount of soil. So
Yeah.
I mean, I had so much topsoil to play with, but I am on clay, and so I just bought like bales of pea straw and dynamic lifter. That's how I
So
started.
people that don't know what no dig is, can you just sort of
Yeah.
break that down just quickly on what a no dig is
Yeah.
compared to a dig garden, just like a comparison?
Yeah, so no dig, you don't disrupt the soil at all. You
You guys
use
hear that banging and clattering going on in the
Yeah.
kitchen back there? Can you just guys calm down on that car? You and just being a bit noisy.
The kitchen
I'm sort of
queen.
distracted. Out the whip. Yeah. So anyway, go on.
Yeah, so you basically utilize your topsoil, whatever you've got. You use the cardboard to suppress any weeds that are down. You mow it down really hard. Some people put like a manure underneath the cardboard so that it helps rot the grasses and that more. Like it's just really speeds that composting up. But basically, the cardboard's to suppress, and you keep every layer really wet. And then you put the mulch on top to keep that all down, and that will eventually feed into the, it'll all decompose eventually, but it gives you a barrier of time to plant into without fighting all the weeds or having to dig the bed over or anything like that. So I do, even now, avoid disturbing the soil as much as I can. I don't, I don't disrupt the microbe.
Yeah, it's disturbing in the soil. So you're planting like into it and building soil at the same time without disturbing the balance of the soil. Yeah. That's really the I think the best, not the best breakdown for it, but that's the main reason why people do it. But in my opinion, if you've got like super heavy clay pans and stuff like that, it's a pretty hard way to go. You sort of got to maybe dig a few inches first and throw a bit of dolomite or something in, or a bit of gypsum, and start moving it. Otherwise it can just take forever. But look, good way to go. And you did it on clay soil, so it's worked for you because
well, yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no, because what didn't work was I had the kikuyu grass, and it just kept on coming up. So in some areas it was fine, and in others I just, it didn't matter how much I tried to suppress that. That was the problem, and that's often not talked about with no dig.
So kikuyu is a bad grass that's really a pain in the ass. Hey, we've got a first question, so let's just fire away. Because it's straight to you, and it says, "What is the current best fugal practice you are using now?" Ooh,
now, probably best. Yeah. Probably I don't buy chemical anything, so I save a lot of money there. So I use all natural fertilizing processes, which are pretty much free, a lot of them. And seed, I would recommend everyone who hasn't tried starting from seeds to have a go, because that saves a lot of money. A lot of people spend a lot of money on the seedlings.
Is that the one thing? It says, "What is the current?"
Oh, I gave.
I'm really digging deep into you now, because I don't want you to go to a third one.
No, I wasn't going to.
Just one. So seeds. Would you say seeds is the best one that you're using now? It's a really good one to save money. Seeds.
Yeah, it's a toss-up.
You're not sure, are you? You've got too many. That's why you're like, there's this one, and there's that one, and there's this one. But that's I think that's enough. All right, so we got D from another member from the Garden Creator Hub. A really cool place to hang out. And guess what? We've got another question from Anne-Marie Cross. What's the greatest thing you've learned over the last 3 years that continues to shape how you approach your gardening today? There you go.
Oh, I love that.
Good luck with that one.
I love that. You know why I love that? It's because I started the garden thinking I was making a product, food, but it ended up being a whole other thing. So the biggest thing I learned was the garden's not just about making food or that. It is just so therapeutic. And it's so engaging and it's a lovely place to be. So it's, I call it my sanctuary. So that's the biggest thing that I learned. I didn't expect that, and I didn't expect to become such a passion because of that.
Wow, that's really good. I thought, this is going to be a doozy. Don't know if you'll get this one. Maybe come up with something, I'll just say this.
Try harder.
I'll be happy with that, but brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I don't even know how to answer. I don't know if I know how to answer that myself. I'll just steal your answer. Okay.
Feel free.
Sharon Miller, 154. Hello, Marty and Kayleen. First time on a live. Welcome, Sharon. If you don't know us, I'm Marty from Marty's Garden, and I am the founder of the Garden Creator Hub. And we have our wonderful. Introduce yourself again quickly, please.
Kayleen from Urban Homestead Artist. And I think Sharon's in our group too.
Yeah, but this is the first time she's in the live.
I know.
And I've
Shows how friendly everyone is in the hub, doesn't it?
Sorry, Sharon. Sorry. You can get me later. Okay.
I'm not sure,
so,
but
Marty,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, no, we do have a Sharon, don't we?
Yes.
Both of you, great success and failure to date. Ooh, who wants to? I'll go first.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to do a really quick one right here because I had really good success with my tomatoes. They were absolutely pumping. I was so proud of them. People were coming and buying compost, looking at tomatoes, going, have a look at my tomatoes, how good they are. They're like, wow, look at your tomatoes. And I was like, and then we had this 1 week of off and on 35-degree heat and this humidity, storms, and the blight just come in. We've still got them, they're still growing, but they just don't look anything as good as they were. So we've gone from really quick, in a couple of months, success to sort of failure. I'm going again. We're starting to, so we've got the tomato chili grow challenge at the moment. Kayleen's a member of that, and she's growing some awesome tomatoes at the moment, all the way down in Vico. And so that's it for me. And you can come over and join the challenge if you want at the hub. But we'll ask Kayleen now. Greatest success and failure to date?
I'll start with the failure. I think the failure was the weeds. I think they got ahead of me. And not last May, the one before, I actually stopped gardening for about 6 months. So my puppy dog died. And I was very close to my dog, and I buried him in the backyard, and I couldn't go out in the garden for about 6 months. So everything took off. So that was and I nearly quit because I thought, how am I going to get on top? So that would probably be, so not knowing how those weeds were going to behave. My biggest success, being able to grow so many different things that you can't get in the shops. I'm really excited about that. I grow so many things that even a lot of people don't know about, don't know exist.
Can you give us a couple?
Yes. A lot of people don't know yacon. A lot of people don't know about yacon.
Is that the one you gave me? Was that a yacon?
Yes. Have you planted it, Marty?
I've got one of them succeeded. I've got to show you which one it is so I know.
Okay. Yeah, because I gave you Cannula edulis, which is the Queensland arrowroot, and the yacon. Yeah, so I'm growing also tropicals, some subtropicals down here in Melbourne. So I've got babaco growing. What you wouldn't have heard of. Some people haven't heard of cassava, probably. Those in Queensland may have. And we've lost Marty. Oh, it's my show now, everyone.
I'm highlighting you.
Oh, you heard that. What else did I? Let me see. Pepino. I'm just trying to think. It's hard to think off the cuff. Let me think. I really am trying to think here. There's an ice cream bean tree that I've got in. And
yes.
Are you back?
That's an interesting plant. Hey, look, we're firing away with the questions here. So I think what we'll do is we'll keep moving forward so I don't sort of fall behind. And I want to bring some across. Someone said Russian Reds went well last season. Maybe they're talking amongst each other. Put the Q in front so I know it's a question. There's Sharon says, yes, I'm in the Garden Creator Hub. Only joined during the week, but been watching your channel since watching you with Mark on Self-Sufficient Me. It's actually quite a few that people have come across and stick with us since that day, which is really a wonderful day for me. So thank you, Sharon, for coming across. And yeah, let us know in the chat how you're enjoying the hub and what you like most about it. Because there'll be others there thinking, do I join? Do I don't join? Because I can run live shows like this. And actually, Kayleen's going to be on next week where we have something a little bit different to this inside the hub, which will be on Wednesday. And then they get stored in a special place. I said special place where people can watch them. Got the classroom. I love this going live. You can just really make a lot of mistakes, can't you? All right, here we go. My failure was using potting mix only in raised bed. Yep, that's a real common one, huh? Q, both of you. What's this double question thing going on, man? I thought, take the spotlight off Marty tonight. Let's get it and just put it all on. Anyway, it's good. Whatever you guys want, we will do. Looking back to when you started gardening, is there something you do differently? You can go first this time, Kayleen.
Oh gosh, I'd go back to the weeds again. I would build up.
Is there something you do differently?
Yeah. Well, I've actually, since I had a lot of trouble with that grass, I've actually got raised beds now. But I mean, I couldn't afford those back then. So my husband's built some for me. So I would go back in that, and do that from the get-go in those really problem spots, or I would cover it with the black plastic and actually kill it right back before I did anything in that area. But in that circumstance, I felt I had to move now, not later. So that's probably what I would do if I could, starting again. Have you thought of one, Marty? Because it was yours too.
Yes, I am back. This is fun. I like just zapping people.
You like that flicky thing, don't you?
Like I feel like a bit of a genius here. All right, so looking back to when you started gardening. Now, I started very young. Okay, so if I'd have to look way back. So what I want to do is I just like I was gardening when I was a kid. I had a little gardening run. I used to mow lawns. And I used to make pretty good money, actually, when I think about it, like compared to the dollar that we make now. I used to get $20 for mowing this one lawn. It used to take me about 4 hours or three hours if I was going really fast on a big hill. The lady called me Butch, and I called her Auntie Gwen. And she wasn't my auntie, but we just called her Auntie Gwen. And she used to give me $20 for it, and I was about 10. So we're talking like 40-something years ago. I'm not going to give everyone knows my age, but long time ago, right? And so, so I was doing it then. But if I go back to when I first started Marty's Garden and I was starting to practice container gardening in a more weight level, and I was started to worm farm to save money, I was using the tap water in the worms too much. And I was asking my friend, the worm farmer I was buying castings off, he said, how's your worm farm going? I said, it's not going too good, mate. They're not breeding. He goes, are you using tap water? I said, yeah. He goes, they'll stay alive and they'll do all right, but you won't get the production that you needed. So as soon as I started letting the tap water just sit in a bucket for 24 hours or more and using that, I just got explosive rate. So that's probably something that, I changed. I don't really know sort of between now and then because it was just so long ago. But let's keep rolling across here and pull some of these across. Yeah. Success. Yeah, con here.
Yeah, you've got your con and edulous too. Yeah, I love the can of edulous. I love them like chips. They just taste like potato.
Yeah, nice. Oh, okay. I still haven't tried any yet, but we'll get back to that later because I want to show you the plant that I've got at some stage. I'll probably put it up in the hub, I reckon. So we've got two questions. Hey, come on, Leon, mate. One question at a time, brother. Come on.
We got that.
You got it. I don't want to get too confused. Yep. Lucky I got you here to help me.
Yeah. Do you want me to go?
You want to read this one?
Yeah, sure. Leon's asking, is it true that seeds have enough energy to start on non-fertile soil or growing medium? And if so, how long till the seedlings will need to be up-potted and planted out? So the first one is yes, that they will sprout without fertilizer or anything like that. So that's a yes. And how long till the seedlings will need to be up-potted or planted? That probably depends on the seedling. Would you agree with that, Marty?
I can take this pretty deep from a horticultural perspective. This is something that I normally put in my classes, like paid classes, but I'm going to share this, and I will. So if you're here now, you're going to get something that I don't normally talk about online. So you're going to get a lot of value out of this, but it will be going into the hub, into one of the classrooms. So you can understand. So a seed basically has fat in it, like it contains fats. That's why they talk about certain seeds that we eat. They go, oh yeah, that's got those fats in it. Well, the seed stores the fats so the nutrients can be fed as the plant starts to grow. So when the plant starts to grow, it doesn't actually need to find any food source at first. And it feeds off the fats while the root's coming out and starts to build a root system, and it keeps feeding off the fat until sort of the fat dissipates and then the roots grow out. So that's where we talk about have enough energy to be started on a non-fertile soil, as long as you've got a good quality seed. Now, the older the seed, obviously the fats degrade. So the better you store it, and in a cooler area and things like that. Also, the fresher the seed and things will go. And then the next part is sort of how long to the seed will need to be potted up or planted. So generally, horticultural rule is they call true leaves, which is the second lot of leaves. So, but yeah, that's basically, if you're just going to follow that golden rule. So you've got your first lot of leaves, you say the round leaves, then you've got the first lot of leaves that look like the real leaves on the plant. I usually wait until it's sort of like that third one sort of coming up, and then I look in the pot and go, is there a good root system going on? I don't always follow that horticultural method because if there isn't a good root system going, sometimes the plant won't carry over as good. Like some plants, you can actually get them bigger and you can tip them out, and then you can move them with a whole big root system, and the roots will grow out and the plant's going, oh, hang on. So there's lots of different ways you can do these things, but without getting off on too much of a tangent, the answer is the true leaf.
Yeah. And I kind of look and see how delicate they are. Like if you've got little, the little ones that are only very small, I kind of wait till they grow up a little bit. So they've got plenty of, room, and things, like tomatoes and that can, sit in there for a bit longer because it doesn't seem to bother them. But some things need to be whipped out quick. So you kind of, a lot of it's about observation. I've found it's, just watching how they behave, and a few trial and errors, a few dead seedlings will help with.
For sure. And then picking, like you can go right so deep into this. I'm probably going to, at some stage, I'll put like a seed raising course. I've done a little bit of a breakdown in it in the course part for the tomato and chili challenge. And I will be breaking that down further, even more with more quality stuff sort of over time. So that's in the classroom in the hub at the moment. But, these type of questions are quite valuable because there's other people actually asking this as well. We could snip this, cut and paste it and put it into a video all by itself. Actually, it's that you could do a whole show just on that. But anyway, we'll keep on moving forward, and we'll just drag some of these questions. Looking back to when I don't know what.
Oh, I think she started. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Started gardening.
Yeah.
I would have learnt about soil.
That's
Look, soil's the most important thing. Whatever they say, if anyone says what's the best thing to do, improve the soil. That's if you're doing in-ground gardening.
Yeah.
We've got Sharon Miller here.
When we're talking about mistakes too, something I probably should have thought of is and a lot of people have fallen for this trap. Is buying in soil, and I bought in soil for those raised beds because I didn't have enough. I try and make my own, but I didn't have enough, so I bought in premium, veggie mix from a local soil supplier, supplier, and it was absolute garbage, literally garbage. It was full of garbage. It was full of glass and plastic and wire and rubbish. Like, I just think some of it must have come off construction sites. So that was a big mistake. I think if I had my time over again, I would have gone mushroom compost and manure or something, or just avoided the soil.
You know what you really do? You just go, Marty, in the hub, what do? I need help. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Well, it's on my driveway when I realised oh no.
All right, let's move to the next question. How do you store your seeds when collecting seeds? I'll go first. So I'm really lazy with this. I should have proper systems. I just keep mine in little bags in the cupboard, and they get lost and mixed up. And I've tried doing other boxes and things and being, and labeling stuff. And I some of it I get right, some I don't. And then I'm like, oh, geez, I was rushed when I threw those seeds in there. What ones are they again? Where are they from? So I'm probably not the best person to answer for that. But I'll give you one little tip that always worked well for me is those Barocca tins, because they've got a really good seal on them and they're really dark and they've got like an aluminium sort of like thing, and they're good for like one-off sort of ones. So and I occasionally I just use something like this, and I just wrap the seeds in that paper like that, and then I just put them straight into the Barocca, and I write on there, and then when I go to the Barocca tin, I'm like, wonder what's in here, and I pop it out and go, oh yeah, that's what it is. So that's one of my tricks, because I'm really bad at that. Have you got you probably got this down pat a bit better than me.
Kayleen has a system. So I do a few things. So when I'm collecting seeds out of the garden, I usually use those, the Coles paper bags, and I'll throw them in that as they're drying and write on that before they get put away. The Barocca container is a good idea. I actually have magnesium that comes like that.
Right.
But I also have those, you can buy them, on eBay, or I think Kmart has them, and, some of the big stores have them. They're a plastic box with little plastic boxes. They're for storing photos. So, they've all got these individual plastic boxes inside the big case. I use those, and I have one kind of for winter and one for summer. And then I have the boxes like labelled, to all tomatoes and all what's it? Yeah, I'll have salad greens, cooking greens, and I throw all the seeds in there, and then I pick them up and throw them into the box that I'm using for that season, because you generally plant at two big times of the year, So, and then I can move them back and forth, and they're easy to take outside. So I use those. Yes.
So
and they're
organised.
all, diner labelled and.
I'm just going to go straight to the next one. You can plant straight into vermicompost. I wouldn't plant straight into vermicompost. 10% is really the best way, in my opinion, where you put a little bit around the seedlings and things like that. I don't know if that's a question straight up, but it's it's so valuable and it goes so far. And they've done a lot of tests showing that basically vermicompost really, when you mix it with whatever you're mixing it with at around about 10%, just seems to work the best. But I do find seedlings come up in it in the worm farms, and they can be really, really healthy. So, you know, there's that touch and go sort of things, but generally they're sitting on top and just sort of moving the roots in. Some of my best tomatoes in this winter come straight out of a worm farm. So, yeah, it's a touch and go question. For some people, it works really good, but general rule is 10% mixed through everything you do. Oh, sorry, nearly missed this. Was watching garden. No, you're not allowed to watch gardening.
No.
Sorry. Oh, you can watch whatever you want, really. Just kidding. but it's more fun here.
We're much more fun.
Come on, you know, inside the house and not shed for seeds. Lol. Hang on.
Yeah, so I've got mine. I keep mine in there usually.
I have the seed box too, Kayleen. Now my mum wants one.
Yay, go mum.
Seed collecting can be pretty addictive. Actually, they've been talking about it quite a bit over at the hub about starting a seed sharing, seed swapping community in there. So that one lady come forward, and you might have saw it. She mentioned Abby, I think her name was, about the loofah, and she had a whole lot of seed. And she said first 10 people to get in could have them. And so yeah,
that might be about Abby. We just up then.
Where is she?
We had an Abby just up then, who nearly missed us. That was Abby.
Oh.
But this shows how engaged that hub is. Like, for anyone that's not there, this shows how engaged that hub is. Like, there's no ads, and you know it's so different to the other social medias because you're not being fed all this stuff you don't want to. You're only having what you want to follow fed to you. And people are just so much more engaged, and it's a bit more personal.
Yeah, it's very refreshing actually. I'm still learning how to manage it all and run it all and things, but we're going into week 4 soon. So yeah, it's been really, really, really great, and it's unreal. Like a lot of people here actually are from there. So and they turned up just brilliant.
Come across,
so thank you guys for doing that. I'm going to actually hit Kayleen up with another question now. So what I want to do is this is going to be difficult because she's going to have lots and lots of answers. But I'm going to have a question. So it's sort of a trick question, but not really. I like this one. What's your favorite plant to grow and why, if you could only have one edible to grow in your garden?
Oh, that's hard.
I know.
If I could only have one, I'd probably my favourite.
While Kayleen's thinking, write in the comments what yours is.
I would probably go back to the yukon, and the reason being, yes. I mean, I was going, I love my tomatoes, but I probably would say the yukon because it can be harvested. You can bandicoot for it all the year, all the time. It's such a generous plant. It multiplies up like nobody's business. Like you can create a lot of food from one plant.
So it comes up from a bulb from underneath.
Yeah, like it looks like the top of it kind of looks like ginger, and then it grows great big tubers that look like sweet potatoes off it.
That's the one I've got. Then it's like a pretty wide leaf.
Yeah, so you pull them off and you can eat them, and when you can eat them raw. You leave them for about a week to sweeten up, but you can eat them raw in salads or just eat them raw. But if you cook them with a bit of cinnamon, they taste just like apple. So they taste like a fruit, but you get kilos of food off one plant, and one plant, once you've grown it once, will multiply into a dozen, and then so it's such a generous plant. So, and it's available, like you can go under the ground and dig some out any time, whereas your tomatoes.
That's the one that I've got that you gave me.
I
That must be
did.
it. That must be it.
I did.
Okay, now you've got me thinking. I want to actually ask the whole community this question.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's your one favorite one and why? And if you're not scared to answer, then yeah, throw it in the
Nah,
comments
they're brave.
for a bit of fun. You
Let's
reckon they're
go.
brave? Yeah,
Yes. Look at them.
we'll see.
Let them go.
Yeah, okay. You give it. Yeah, I like this bit of contrast going on, backwards and forwards. So what do we
Here we
got
go.
here
We've
now?
got one.
Mulberry
Yeah.
tree is my fave.
Mm. My mulberry
No.
tree is the bird's favourite.
Mine isn't my favourite at the moment because it hasn't given me
I
any
don't
mulberries
get
yet.
much
The last
mulberries.
mulberries lot sucked, so I've cut it back and we're letting it go again. It looks beautiful at the moment. I'm just hoping I didn't get a cutting from a dodgy tree. So if I was gonna say one, I would have to go with basil. It's a herb. I use it in so much stuff. I really like basil, and I cook with it in so many things. So I could actually go and I can just make so many things from it. So that would be my one choice because I make a pad kapow. Instead of using the Thai basil, I use that in that, and then you can make pesto with it. You can put it on pizza. You can make all your different Italian meals or your vegetable sauces and things. And so yeah, that would be my one. No one asked me that question, so I'm just going to say it anyway. All right.
I'm just reading one of the comments about the aircon.
Too much drops.
There it is. There it is.
Like
You
drops
just
the running
had it
thing
up.
going on.
No, I actually haven't had that, thankfully.
Next question. What herbs grown in containers are best all year round? Well, that's really a climate thing, isn't it? In the perfect climate, you can grow them. You can grow like all those Mediterranean ones down where you are. Are you able to grow any herbs all year round?
The herbs that will grow all year round would be rosemary, which is a beautiful herb. That's all year round because all your mints and everything are just, they die back.
Yeah.
What other herbs have I got that's all year? Got to think. Most of them die back.
So rosemary is the first one.
Yeah, rosemary definitely keeps going. I had a rosemary bush rosemary was on the property when we moved here about 15, 20 years ago. I can't remember.
So I guess we're talking perennials. We're talking really perennials, right? So annuals are just going to die anyway for the season. So, is it?
Well, some still die back too when they're perennial.
Is it a biannual or is it a perennial? I can't remember.
What?
Maybe someone else can answer. Biennials will grow for 3 or 4 years, and perennials will grow forever, sort of thing. Well, as long as you let them live. So, So because I've moved so much, I don't think I've grown one longer than 4 years. That's something that I don't know. Maybe someone else will know. Here's a question for me. What's your favourite pollinators? I've got there's a native bee, a big bee. He's really pretty. Comes into my flowers, and he really loves the big. The bigger the flower, the better. So the okra flowers, he gets his nose and sticks his big bum out, and he's got all this yellow powder. I'm going to get a photo of him this year. I'm going to be keeping my eye open for him. He's my favourite. And then the other one would be just the little Australian native bee. They're so cool, and they really work hard. Anne-Marie, my favourite is calendula. I have it growing all over the place. Much of it through self-sowing. I'm very happy about it. Yeah, calendula is a great plant. I'll get you to read the next one out, please.
A D saying blueberry is mine. That is a favourite plant. I think that's from before. Yeah.
Can you dig into that a bit? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got blueberries growing too, and you can't have enough. And I've recently heard that the sprays on them are very bad. Like, particularly if we eat a lot of them, like once upon a time, 30 years ago, when they tested them and said so much is approved, blueberries weren't available that easily and weren't eaten as much as we do now. So eating them in the quantities we do from the shop is not that healthy. So having them in our home gardens is the way to go. So I can't get mine growing quick enough. I've got a few in, and I'm just can't
Yeah.
wait till they're big things. Yeah.
Well, Dee's been sharing photos in the hub of her blueberries in pots. They look great. I'm like, it's sort of inspiring for me. I'm thinking about doing it again, having another crack at it, because my last lot didn't go so good. I used the wrong potting mixes. Anyway, use it for balms and for herbal teas. It's a wonderful healing herb. So that was the
That's a
calendula. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's in a lot of different balms and things. It's a great plant. Silver beet, very versatile. That's right up there actually for us as well. Silver beet, and probably Shirley's would be maybe bok choy. If she mightn't answer. If I yell out across the room, she might go, "What on?" But then I don't know if I want to do that. Might be dangerous. I love pigeons 45 or herbs just in containers in general. So being in the subtropics, I can grow most of these herbs year round. They just sort of back off a bit in the winter. I've grown like really good basil actually in the winter in no dig systems when they get the full sun. But generally the annuals, yeah, they're just like a 6 month spring. But I can do spring, summer. It's just winter sort of thing that they sort of quieten down a bit because we don't get the sun in our yard so much. It's just in a couple of spots. Abby says
oregano also grows all year round for me. I've always got oregano.
That's a great little plant too. You know that in the Philippines, they've got a bigger oregano, and I didn't know about it. Shirley's shown it to me, and I've only seen it in some nurseries, and it's a big leaf, not like our little one.
Oh, okay.
Way better than the one we've got. I've got to hunt some down and get it again. It's really good for sore throats and different things. You love that oregano, don't you, hon? She said, yeah. She's not going to come in. I want to get her on, but she's a bit busy having dinner, I think. So you want to read this one out, please, Kayleen?
Yeah, my seed storage. Abby's saying my seed storage bought recycled envelopes and those little oxygen things from Temu. 100 in the packet is working well. So she's putting those in to protect them from moisture.
Abby's also over in the hub. So, wow, everyone, this is blowing me out.
Like, we're assuming it's our Abby, like our Sharon and our Abby and our friends.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the right one. Leon, these blueberries look great. They really do. Yeah, you've seen the photos like me going, I want to grow something like that. It's really inspiring. Also, time grows all year.
Yeah.
That's true. So those really small plants.
Yeah, time's been touch and go for me. I've lost it a couple of times, but I've got one. I've lost time a couple of times.
Gets too wet and it takes up too much time.
I've got one that's happy now, so hopefully.
Okay. So it's taking up too much time for you?
Who, me?
No, the time was taking up too much time trying to fix it and save it.
Yes, that's right.
Don't worry. I'm just.
I said time.
It's a waste of time.
It's time we talk about time.
Anyone else got any questions? Fire away, guys. We're gonna keep firing away in the Q&A. It's been a real blast having our guest here over at the Urban Homestead Artist, and I think I can go over here and we can have a look on the screen.
The jokes are coming in. Good on you.
Let's have a look here. Dun, 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 dun. Hopefully it's all working good. There, look. There's a link in the description if you want to check out this lady down below. Now, remember I was talking about the Brady Bunch? So that's what it feels like to me, but that's probably only the young crew would remember what we're talking about. So, yeah, there she is. There's the channel there. Looks really nice. And just give us a quick little brief rundown about the channel.
Well, it started my journey. Well, it still is my journey, but I do try and share the things that I learn along the way and how I put things together. And, so there's probably a lot on there that's not typical. So I'm a bit of a rule breaker. I like to test and trial things, and I've found a lot of things work for me that aren't necessarily preached for my area or anything. So I
Give
go
us an
into
example
that.
of one. Give us an
My
example of
tomatoes,
one.
probably.
Yeah.
But
So the early
yeah,
flowering.
yeah, I start my tomatoes way early when everyone says don't you dare for Melbourne. And so I start them really early. I stagger plant them, and I haven't had any die on me or be affected by frost. In fact, I think they climatise better and they're stronger plants for it. So, but in saying that, where I am is probably not as harsh as some places in Victoria. But also you can see even by those images, I've got a lot growing. So, there's a lot of protection, and I strategically plant them so they've got a bit of protection, and then those spots get opened up as I take the winter stuff out. And you might get different growing schedules from me than what's common.
Right. So what's coming up? Let's give a little bit of a plug for the channel. People interested go, why should I go and watch Kayleen over at Urban Homestead Artist? Why? What am I going to get out of it?
Because I'm lovely.
Not enough. What do you? Come on. What do we get?
Because I have turned a suburban block in 3 years, and probably I didn't even work on it for that long, into pretty much a food forest. I am pulling food out of there every day. And, we don't go to the shops for vegetables in periods of time where it's actually, people call it the hunger gap. We're still eating out of our garden, and there's a lot growing all the time. So there's a lot to see all the time, and I'm doing stuff all the time. So
okay. So
and
I don't put you on the spot like that.
That's okay. Did I roll with it?
You did okay. It's not bad. A few more time jokes. Like it's happening. It's growing all the time, as we said. Then another question. Yeah. No, you did really well. I really recommend heading over there and checking it out, guys. There's a link in the description, or you can just type it in, Urban Homestead Artist in YouTube, and it even comes up in Google if you search it that way. Lisa says, what do you do when you run out of native soil and homemade compost? Okay, you drive all the way to Mullumbimby, you SMS me, go, Marty, how many bags you got? And then I'll say,
which is what I did.
And if I'm a really good mood, I'll go, I've got enough. And if I'm have a bit of a crappy day, I'll say, you got to order. I'm just joking. I'm not that grumpy. No, it's like really the question is this is a really hard. It's a really hard question. So you really need to work on just keep building your soils and have a bit of patience with it, and just try to find as much organic matter as you can. And probably the easiest way, like when you go out looking for this organic matter, probably the easiest way, if there's an arborist that's nearby and he just doesn't want to dump it somewhere. Some of them say, give us the whole lot and we'll give you for a slab of beer. Some just go, I'll just give it to you for free. Others want you to give money for it, but that's a really good way to get carbon in. And then also probably the best one is really getting coffee grounds and then mixing it with some type of brown matter. It's just being thrown out all around the place, and it just takes a little while to break down. It's really good worm food as well. So 2 quick ways to save some money there if you can do that. It's a really, really hard question to answer, but you just got to keep building your soil on site and just keep improving it. And it's something that I'm going to be teaching more over in the hub when we go into the next, so in the premium area. These courses will be coming out, and they are so valuable because you're getting like 20 years or more of this sort of knowledge of building soils and Kayleen's just predominantly, you started working on soils, didn't you? And I believe that's why you've been so successful, to be honest.
Oh, I do too. Yeah.
The
Can
magic
I add
formula.
to Lisa's question too?
Yeah.
Lisa, too, you'll be surprised how much you've got around your property, even if you've only got a small property, that you can chop and drop. So there'll be a lot of plants that you can take foliage from and chop and drop around your plants. So what I did to save a lot of money is I did that. You can go and source it too. You know, the autumn leaves off, you know, offer to rake them off somebody's front lawn or whatever. But a lot grows, particularly now in the spring. Like I was looking at my yard thinking I need to go around and chop down a whole lot of stuff and chop and drop. So that's what I've been doing, and that just builds soil in place. And then just if you've got to get soil, buy soil, just put it in pockets around your plants. And by the time your plants get bigger, the other stuff turns into soil. So that's how you navigate a bit of that too.
That's really good. That's really good. I'm gonna if I download this video, I'm gonna actually snippet that section and turn it into a video, I think.
All yours.
I've got some goal. I just see how much time I've got. I like the idea, but then I'm like, oh, gee, I don't know if I can keep up with it all. Here we go. Let's keep running here. Both of you, what are you growing that no one else has heard of? I'll just say Kangkong. People are learning about it more now. It's related to Wandering Dew. It's an edible that comes out of Southeast Asia. It's used in a lot of different types of stir fries, and Kangkong adobo is the one that we're going to be making soon. And I use it as a lettuce leaf replacement for the young leaves, and it just grows in water like crazy. You can just put cuttings in and just stick it in water. In 3 or 4 days, it's got roots. You can grow it in the ground. Just give it a good water. So that's my one.
I bet you when I get off this, I'll think of one. But the only thing I can think of just off the cuff is what I just planted today in my garden, and that's a giant tree tomato. So this thing grows to up to about 8 meters long, and it's supposed to grow like, I think even the seedling is really tough on the stem, almost like tree-like.
They're related to the tomato, aren't they?
Yeah. So a lot of people probably haven't heard of that. Yay! Just subbed Kayleen. Go you! I love pigeons too now.
Beautiful. I put that up there because I knew you'd be looking at that going, I just need to say thank you. It's great. It's really good. This is what it's all about. Collecting community and bringing people together. You know, that's sort of what the legacy that I'm working with Marty's Garden and the Garden Creator Hub, which is, you know, been running for around about just going into a month now. And all the people here a lot of people here that are visiting and watching the show, they're from the hub and enjoying it. We're still learning as we go. Kayleen's one of our founding members also, and it's just absolutely great. Anyway, let's get into it. Is it better to grind the coffee beans into a powdery consistence before using them? So basically, you just go to the cafe and just say, hey, listen, I want to come whatever day. Can you keep the coffee for me? Now, you'll go there, because I've done this so many times. You'll go there and they'll forget, throw it out. And so you've got to build consistency with them, get them into the habit, and then you've got to be consistent. This is the thing. Otherwise, they go, he's not coming. You know, and like I did that. I'm swapping basil for a pizza guy, and I got that inundated the last couple of weeks. We had grasshoppers on the basil, so I wasn't happy to take them. I didn't ring him. I should have. And then yesterday and today, just crazy here at the house, and I didn't message him. I was at Woolies buying some stuff, and I heard him say, "Oh, that basil's all for you." And I turned around, he's right there. And he goes, "Hey, Marty, how's it going?" I said, "You want some more basil?" He goes, "No, I got enough." So I'm like, you just got to be consistent, you know. So yeah, be consistent with it, and just start asking around. Even take them your own, like a 10-liter ice cream container, and leave them with it, and it works really, really great. And it's ground up, it's gone through the system and the whole lot, and you just throw it into your compost bin and feed it to your worms. And people do throw it straight out onto the gardens, but I like to sort of compost it down a bit first. Pork adobo is the best. My wife would agree with you on that, Dean. Marty, I started growing Kangkong as a summer lettuce replacement after watching one of your videos. It's so good if you live in a tropical area. If you're in temperate, you can still grow it quite well through the summer periods as an annual. We've got another question here. I meant pollinator plants, those plants that get to the bees in the veggie patch. Mine at the moment is lavender. Yeah, so that the little Australian native bee, they're a pollinator. Do you know about those? Have you ever seen those in your garden, Kayleen?
I think I have. I've seen a few different bees. I get a lot of pollinators here, actually. I was not at the start, but I see just about everything from dragonflies to the stick insects and hoverflies, and even different flies can be predators too. And I get the ladybirds and what else is there? And lots of bees. I have lots of hearing all these people say they're not getting much bees, but I've got stacks of bees to the point of some areas of my garden. It sounds like a hornet's nest. They're just so active. So they're very happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's something going on in my place like that. Yeah.
The pollinator plants, from observing my plants, the ones the bees that like the most in my garden is there's a red bottle brush it's not even my garden, it's a neighbour's of mine. They're crazy for that. Borage, they love borage, and that's really nice too. The blue flower is nice too. And garlic chives, they really like the garlic chive flowers. Like there's chive flowers, but they really love the garlic chives.
Purple,
So
the purple and blue colours seem to be very popular with a lot of pollinators. The little tiny Australian native bee, it almost looks like an ant. And there's a lady called Sydney Backyard Hives, I think. She left the hive with me, but we had the floods and stuff like that. So I had to get rid of the hive real quick, and I gave it to one of the schools. And she goes, for years later, she goes, I can't pick up my hive. I said, sorry, it went in the flood. I had to move it on. Otherwise, we would have lost all the bees. So I donated it to the school. I don't know if she was happy or not, but it was better than they're all dying, right? Horseflies are nasty. I know, man. My wife's so scared of those things. Runs. They're so slow and big, and we're used to them. And her being from the Philippines, she's never seen anything like it. A big thing going boom, boom, boom. They land on you and bang. They really hurt, don't they? Those things. Anyway, getting off on a bit of a tangent there. I've seen black bees, normal bees, and all sorts of things, but I don't know what's good or bad. Look, most bees, I don't think there is a bad bee that I know of.
I don't think so.
No, there isn't.
No,
there isn't a bad bee.
Pretty good.
Yeah, there's bad ladybugs. So the 12 spotted ones, the 7 spotted ones are pretty good. Will's written here, the flies love to hang out on the lemon myrtle tree when it's flowering. That's interesting because flies actually do pollinate as well. And I've seen that.
And carrot flowers. Carrot flowers are popular.
Yeah, okay. So people are sort of adding it in here, talking about sort of what they're finding in their gardens and swarming around the flowers and things. And Leon's homegrown. So if you come in later and you haven't seen, Leon's got a channel. He's from Australia also, and he's going to be on the show next Friday, and then the following Wednesday after that. All goes well. And he's going to be our next special guest. So if you want to see some bit of Aussie gold, make sure you're here 8 I was going to say 8 a.m. You're going to be waiting there for 12 hours. 8 p.m. New South Wales, Sydney time, and then so that's 7 Australia time. And wherever you are around the world now, I don't know what those time zones are, but it's this time. So what do you have?
Melbourne, Sydney, daylight savings time. So
can you read this one out, please, Kayleen? I'm losing my voice here.
Yes, Leon's asking, do you guys have water ponds or water features for your pollinators? So
yes,
I have not much, but I have a little ceramic bowl right near my oregano, where my oregano grows, and it kind of grows into the bowl too, so the bees can get in and out, and that's pretty much kept with water. And I also have a cup that's swinging in a tree that the rain catches, and because the cup's on an angle, it only holds a little bit of water, and they can get in and out of that. But it's mainly that ceramic bowl that I have for the bees, so they do always have water. And obviously in Melbourne, we have a lot of rainwater, and I put little containers out sometimes for that too.
Yeah. So I'm sort of similar. I've got a bird bath, but like recently, like it was just mostly for, we put it out for the lorikeets originally underneath the grevillea, and then so it became the noisy miners major area. And then now we've had like currawongs come use it, and we've got ibis come use it. And it's really good to watch. I'm sort of a bit over. So the currawongs have been doing they poo on our clothesline, and and they steal cherry tomatoes and chilies and stuff like that. So they're a bit of a nuisance. And then the ibis I saw one pull out. He had something like a stick caught in his beak or something the other day. And I said, "Hun, there's something going wrong out the window with that ibis. He's got I don't know, I've never seen one carry a stick before." And somehow it must have been stuck. And anyway, he's throwing it around, and then he's gone straight into the garden, and he's pulled out one of Shirley's big succulents, just ripped it straight out. And I'm going, and then he's jumped up on top of the bales, and he's jumping along like this. I'm going, destructo. And Shirley's going, "Get outside and run it, chase after him." And I'm like, there's so many, and I'm just tired of going out there every day chasing off the birds. So we need one of those little dogs, like a little terrier or something. You just open the door a little bit, and go, "Come on, mate, come on. You're going to get him. And then boom, out the door, then come back and go, "Yeah, you've done a good job. I need one of those." But I had one of those when I was a kid, and it was the best dog ever. We used to have so much fun.
Do you know Karen Dad's getting a puppy?
She didn't hear that. That's good. I don't know why. I don't know why. But if you don't have ladybug carrot flowers and they just come from the heavens, what's this? Can you read this out?
I don't know why, but if you don't have ladybugs, carrot flowers, and they just come from the heavens, I don't know why, but they show up every time. So Will's saying that they show up for the carrot flowers, and that's what I found too. They just love the carrot flowers. Actually, a lot loves the carrot flowers. I've seen carpet beetles on them, which are not a good beetle. Not if you don't want them in your house. But I've never seen them in my house. But a lot of stuff gets on the carrot flowers. But I do leave them to encourage the ladybirds.
What's the bowl of water?
The bowl of water. The water is a ceramic bowl for the bees, because I grow it near the oregano, and the oregano goes into the bowl. Usually you put rocks or pebbles or something in the bowl so the bees can climb out, because if they fly into a container without some way of climbing out, they drown. So
very important.
That growing into it, and they can climb out, attach themselves to the plant.
Oh, cool. Urban Food Forest Project says, "I keep bees in the backyard and have a bird bath nearby for them." Yeah, it's really important. A lot of people, like when you're keeping water features, you need to have little spots where frogs and things can even climb out. Like you need to put a couple of rocks in there and a few little floating things and stuff like that, and make it accessible, because people don't realize that, but even frogs sometimes have trouble getting out of certain ponds and things. We've got a lot of green tree frogs here. There's a big one. He lives in the front yard. He's currently in the lemongrass pot. And whenever I'm watering and it hasn't been raining for a while, wah. He's huge. He's a big daddy or a big mummy. I really love him. But, so, I make sure that he can sort of get out in and out of that container. But, you just got to be really sort of careful with that, because some animals, if they get in there and stuff and they can't get out, can be a bit of a problem. I'm just going to go through and see if I haven't missed anything here. You can go on.
Some people don't realise that the water level can drop too. Like they set up these little ponds, and then the water level drops and then creates a wall, and it makes it difficult for them to get out.
This is interesting. You hear what Will says. If you keep your bees on a slope or on a mountain, etc. So you're talking about bees in a hive. You want the water uphill so they fly up and drink and fly back down. Full makes sense. Less work for them.
There you go.
Interesting. So,
Mm.
yeah, anything to do
That's
with
very
energy,
considerate.
conserving energy. It's like, it's like that pun though. If like when people say I'm going in Australia, they say, I'm going up north, and you say I'm going down south. And when you're talking like that, they go, where are you going on holiday? I'm going down south. You're going down, and then you're going up, sort of thing. So
So what am I?
if they're flying north to south, are they really going downhill and saving energy? Question for everyone.
So my question is, if I'm in the east, are you going down, down, down?
Yeah. I'd pull this joke on someone. That's why I said that one time a tourist was in my car. I said, where are you going? He said, we're going down south. And they were German. They said, what do you mean down south? I said, it's all downhill. Because they go, no. I'm going, yeah, down south. Look on the pole thing. Where's the top? Where's the bottom? North. Yeah. And they go, yeah. And they're going, I think I've got him a beauty on this one. It was really fun. Then I said, I'm sorry. I just pulling your leg. But it sort of is. If you look on the globe, you're going downhill, aren't you? But when you're going east, you're going sideways to either side. So anyway, this is sounds like something at a Hey Hey, it's Saturday. Sorry, guys. We'll get back to the show. I keep a big bowl of water for the ducks, but now I'm worried about the pollinators.
Just worry they'll drown.
Yeah, just keep an eye on things. Like you got to think in nature too. There's big ponds for ducks, but generally what happens is those ponds sort of gather out and they become shallow slowly. It's when they're sort of deep and like that little cup bowl deep thing that sort of becomes a problem for pollinators and bees and stuff. So we try and keep it nice flat sort of thing. And if it's deep in the center, the ducks can sort of get down in there, can't they? So that's basically what they would teach in permaculture, I think.
And if Lisa's worried, you could create a ramp. It's about having a ramp so they can climb out, because they'll swim to something. But if there's a wall like that, it's hard. But if there's some, even a stick in there or something that they can grab hold of, then it should be fine. I would think so, anyhow.
Good advice. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Yeah. Just throwing some more stuff.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. There you go.
LSS. Do you know LSS? You know what LSS is? Last Song Syndrome. I'm going to have that now. It's going to be going all night. I'm coming around the mountain. All right. Thanks for that. Bees drink the dew plants. Bees drink the dew plants. More trees closer. Yeah. So, yeah, the dew and stuff like that. And they've got some great systems, actually, where they collect dew and it runs into little tanks and things like that where they don't have much water. I think a young African guy invented that. And yeah, well, there we go. Listen, before we go,
Dean, you better not be laughing at my singing.
So we really run for around about an hour and 15 minutes. Is usually where I finish off. We'll go a little bit longer tonight. But I just wonder, if you've come in late, you can always watch the reruns and this. There's been some really good questions go through, and there's always questions that I never think of, or the presenters don't think of, and it's just always great. And I really wasn't expecting like these double questions, so for both of us to answer. So that was really, really quite interesting, because it gave sort of like this contrasted version between the two. So if you've missed any of those, go back and watch a part of the rerun. There's been some pretty good stuff there. Also, like these type of things, these type of questions that we're talking about and solving problems, we really go much deeper over in the hub with these, don't we, Kayleen? And it's amazing sort of what people are doing. So they're asking questions, everyone gets in and looks at the problem and solves it. And then all of a sudden you just look and go, wow, that's really good. And then someone like Dee comes up and goes, hey, have a look at my blueberries in the pots. And you're just going, oh, that's so good. And that's not just one member, you know what I mean? And people are learning and progressing. And Dee's been a member, been following my channel for years and years. And I used her as an example last week, and she turned up one of the live shows in the hub. And I got to hear her voice for the first time. It was just fantastic. And, I'm getting closer with my friend here, Kayleen, since we've been since I've been opening the hub as well. I'd really like to see you over there as well. if you can make it and you think you would like to, that type of thing, that would be helpful for you. There's also courses being developed in there, and a lot of friendly people. Hey, Kayleen?
Yeah, very generous. Like very generous. You learn a lot of stuff. There's some really good recipes too, because some of the things that you grow too aren't. It's a bit tricky to get recipes for some unusual stuff, and it's like there's people in there. So,
Recipes from the garden. Steve Thomas with the choco one. That was brilliant. Everyone hates choco.
That was good.
Yeah, that really got things going. So there's a link in the description if you want to go head over and check that out. You can actually talk with other YouTubers like Leon, who's here, and also Kayleen and myself. And we've got a few others, Bowtie Life, and I don't want to miss people, so I won't keep rolling them out. But yeah, there's others there. And where else do you get to connect to them? Otherwise, you just write in the comments and hopefully they're going to get back or got time. And you can actually connect much deeper. So, if there's any sort of gardening YouTubers watching this as well, head over and join in, and you can get on the show and you can meet other people and really create these deeper connections that we're sort of missing out, I believe. And so I'm going to leave a link down in the description there. There'll also be one in the comments. If you're watching the rerun later, I'll drop in and put it in there. And we've got a link also to Kayleen's channel called the Urban Homestead Artist. We're going to fire away on a few more questions. I've been able to keep my voice. Are you okay to go a little bit longer, Kayleen?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm having fun.
Wonderful. That's what it's all about. I really like it. And a lot of good value coming in here as well from other people sharing in here. I'm seeing she'll be coming around the mountains again. I'm just seeing that text. Why? I actually really like that song.
Three more down. That's the one.
I don't like that one green bottle sitting on the wall.
No, don't do that, Marty.
Driving the car. That's terrible. No. LSS one. Marty, what's the situation with the chili challenge? Ooh, this is good. I'm growing some. Is it the bigger the bush or the hotter the chili? No, it's not really. Like, we're sort of mixing it up with chilies and tomatoes. I'm focusing mostly on the chilies. We've got another member over there, William, his name is. He seems to be pretty good with the chilies. I've got some pretty good chilies growing this year. I'm fairly happy with them. But it's not so much about the heat, really. It's just like learning how to grow them collectively together. And, I guess for some parts, people that are sort of beginners, it's much better for them. But I find that people that are coming in, maybe intermediate or even further along, get a lot of value. And look, I'm going to be straight open honest. It is in the premium section. So it's not that challenge is not free. But the people that come in and that can join can really share that value with others and pass on something, because they don't have channels and things like that, like what's going on here. And so they got the opportunity to pass their knowledge on. And it also, by doing that and becoming a premium member, you're actually helping the survival of the hub to keep going. So hopefully that's broken that down a bit. But, you don't have to. You can just come in and join and just hang in the free area and enjoy it as much. But we've got a few people rolling across now for that. And we're slowly just building it up and building that course up with the content as people are growing on. And people are all at different levels and stuff. So it's pretty fun. I think that's the best way to explain it, to just be honest. But it's definitely not about the really hot chilies. But if you're growing really hot chilies and you come in the chili challenge, I'm going to challenge you to eat a hot chili in a video inside the hub.
Uh-oh.
So there you go. You have been challenged.
Kayleen needs mild chilies. She's in trouble now.
Oh, look at this. You got a super fan, Urban Food Project.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Shout out for Urban
love
Food
being there.
Project.
Thank you.
And
Dean too, we're not competing against each other, like for the biggest tomato or anything, although that probably could be fun. It's challenging ourselves to do better this year.
Yeah, it's really collectively challenging ourselves and spurring each other along, and then having my horticultural background in there as well as I'm developing the course. As people are growing, I'm adding more into the course in the classroom. And I'm trying to put some stuff in there that you won't really see too much sort of online as well. Like I mentioned before, if you didn't see that one about the fats in the seeds and things like that, just taking things a little bit deeper so people understand these sort of questions when they're doing that and go, oh, that's why that works. Because a lot of horticulturists won't share that stuff online, or gardeners, because because they don't know. It's just like it's not sexy and it's not like the latest and all that stuff, But that's where the value comes from. We've got someone, is that same question as Dean?
No,
I joined,
Abby's
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do on the hub. Oh, there's Abby there. Yeah.
So you've joined the challenge, Abby, I'm assuming that she's joined
Yeah.
the challenge, not quite sure how it operates, maybe. So.
Yeah. So you can go into the classroom and you'll have access to that because you're a premium member. So you can just go through, there's 7 little modules. I think you can drop questions in there, but you can always come back and ask sort of in the feed and sort of ask. So what we want to do now, so if you haven't done those, it's mostly to do with tomatoes in there, but it's similar for starting how you use the seeds and everything. And I'm going to put some potting mixes in soon, just about to come up. So yeah, you just go in and start asking questions, dropping photos into the feed, and really start moving forward. And you just reach out to me as well if you've got any questions into the sort of the chat box, and we'll get things going and start moving forward. So are you growing mostly tomatoes and chilies, or chilies or just one of the either? That'd be good to know. To get a hotter chili, you need to let them dry out before you water them again. Oh, is that true, or is that all? I thought it was breeding, but hey, I'm not, maybe.
Well, I learned the other day that if you eat them early, some even hot chilies, if you eat them early while they're green, they're not so hot, which is good for me because I can't eat them too hot. So.
Do chili plants cross-pollinate? Yeah, they do, because they breed them and stuff like that. But they've got to be in sort of proximity. They breed. There's like thousands of different ones now, and they're always breeding them to get them hot, because like in some places there's a full chili challenge, and it's a global one. It's this professional chili eaters, and they suffer for like a week after they go through the challenge. And believe it or not, a woman, well, I don't know about now, but last time I checked about a year ago, it was a woman that had been winning, and she's a UK lady, and she's just smashing the Americans out of the ballpark, and no one can beat her. They've got some name for the chili queen or something like that. But yeah, they cross-pollinate, and so do tomatoes and different things. So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one because it depends on so many sort of variables on that. But yep, they do. And I have my own crossbreed chili. Woo, that's cool. Put it in the hub. Want to see that? You get some photos. Depends on the strain, doesn't it? I think, well, what I've learned about chilies is they breed them so they can go for heat and different flavors and things. And these people that are chili connoisseurs, they treat them like wine. They're going, yeah, it's got a bit more tannin taste, and I can taste the chocolate aromas. And then they're going, and I give it a 7. And they talk about the flavors and all that type of stuff, and then they making sauces out of it, and it's a real, like, it's huge, much bigger than I can sort of really bring on here. It's a whole thing on itself, really. Are you growing any chilies, Kayleen?
Yeah. I've got Siam, which is I've got all mild chilies. I've got one hot one, because my husband loves hot chilies, but he can only eat so many, so there's no point having a stack of them. So usually, and we usually get gifted jalapenos and stuff, so we don't necessarily need to grow them. But I've got a hot one in. I think I've got a Kayleen in. I've got a Siam, which is a mild, and I've got, I can't pronounce it. Shizitsu, or it's the long bell. It's the long ones.
Yeah.
And another one that failed to germinate. I wanted, but apparently the long bell ones are more productive. Sorry, the long ones are more productive than the bell ones. So I'm trying to grow more of them, because capsicum I do love, or chilies that are mild, like, you know, your capsicums.
Yeah.
You know, I can't have too many of them. So that's where I've focused on the chilies. The tomatoes are ridiculous. I've got about 20 varieties of tomatoes, but
Yeah, I know, but that's like we're sort of going a bit late now, so we won't get into the tomatoes too much. But you can actually over in the hub, if you because Kayleen's a member there, and she's actually in the tomato chili challenge. And I'm sorry, Abby, if there's been any confusion. We'll get in there, and I'll start this week to sort of explain it a little bit more. There's some people that are only putting in seeds, and then there's others like me that have got plants, you know, chilies yay high, tomatoes that are already fully established. And then I bought some new advanced seedlings of a couple of types of chilies and a couple of types of tomatoes. And I was going to film the last few days, but we had some really crazy stuff go on in the house here. And it's been wild. And it was almost to the point where I didn't even know if we were going to get to the show tonight. But that's why I heard the wife clanging around and that in the kitchen. It's been crazy. But yeah, so I will get it out early this week and update everyone in there. So thank you for that. I do appreciate that. Sharon said here, I usually freeze mine in small Ziploc bags. We just ran out after 5 years, so we need to grow more chili.
She had 5 years worth.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a lot of chilies, man.
Yeah. I've made some really nice preserves with them. I made some nice spicy sauces and that for my husband. But,
the jalapenos make a great sweet chili sauce. That's what I like making, the jalapenos. I've got a record, my biggest jalapeno I've ever grown this year. So I'm happy I want to get out with a camera and do some more filming for the channel and put some stuff over in the hub as well. It's massive. It looks like a big capsicum. It's like huge. Yeah. So I've got to get out and get it tomorrow. Otherwise, Shirley runs out and she starts grabbing everything and harvesting. I'm like, I want to film that today. I'm like,
Go play with quails.
So, yeah, I've got to almost put signs on my stuff. Don't touch. But anyway, this one, she hasn't gone out and get it. So maybe the next day or two, I'll do that. So we're gonna head off in a minute. But before we go, I'd like Kayleen to just sort of finish off and say goodbye to everyone. And I want you also in the comments box to say goodbye to people that you've met in here, people that you've met in the hub, people that you've come across and in the live shows. And just say goodbye to each other in the feed. Say goodbye here also, and I'll drag it across why Kayleen's I put her on the spot here to do the outro. So this is what happens. Like when it goes live, you just don't know what I'm going to throw at people sometimes. But have you got anything else to add before we head off?
Do you want me to, or you look like you're tired?
No, I want you to, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get people to say goodbye to each other and to me, and I'll drag it across.
Sure.
While you're sort of like giving us a bit of a goodbye thing. I don't even know what you're going to say, so I'm sort of throwing you in the deep end. Sorry.
That's trust for you, isn't it?
I'll just start dragging these across, so you don't have to worry about reading them. Just give us a bit of a rundown on what's coming up on your channel, and what just a little bit about yourself, anything like that. And while I'm just dragging these across. Yeah,
well, I have been focusing on growing the food and getting going, which I am now. I've spent a bit of time now beautifying the garden and creating sanctuary spaces. So there's a little bit of that on the channel. And what is planned coming up is I actually want to bring out my toolbox of creativity, because I'm an artist, and start doing some real arty things in there and creative things, and adding that to the garden. So it's been staged and steps.
Give us a bit more on that before we go.
Well, there's I would like to add different features in that, and I am into upcycling. I've spent quite a few years upcycling furniture and things, so I do want to decorate and use paint and maybe, do some clever little things with paving, concrete and things like that. So that's what I'd like to do. And I would, as we're closing, I would encourage everyone who is maybe struggling, doesn't have all the cash to buy all the things for your garden, to have something beautiful. You can still make it out of recycled things. There's free groups, swaps, communities that you can be involved in, and you can still do a lot. And if you think outside the square, you can still create solutions for yourself that doesn't cost much at all. So it's very accessible to everyone when you've got community around you.
Wonderful. What I'm going to do, I'll pull these a couple across. You can say goodbye to a few too, because I've left you out of that. Sorry. So,
and there's some names I hadn't seen too. So thanks for joining us. If you've joined late, there's lots in here. It's been a real fun time on Marty's garden, and we have fun. We always have a laugh.
Someone said here they're saying goodbye to you here. I don't know. You were talking.
That was Sharon. What have we got? Dean. We got Lisa and Dee.
Yeah.
And,
so I've run these over.
Actually, some of the names I know too, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say. So yeah.
Just stick with the channel names.
Yeah. So yes, I love pigeons. There's Dee. You see the names on YouTube compared to in the hub too.
Yeah.
See all you guys in the hub.
Private a lot of the time, but next week we've got Leon on Friday. So looking forward to having Leon on the channel. And look, before he even comes on, go over and check him out. True Blue Aussie, mate. Leon, he's really up to some stuff that you don't see around the place. And great guy over in the hub, getting to know him better every day, which is just wonderful. And I've got to admit, man, he's one of the guys that goes into the people that are a bit shy and sort of maybe struggling a bit, and he just gets in there and helps them and says g'day. And really shows good character, doesn't it?
Yeah. Leon's in Queensland. Yeah, on a big property. Queensland's got a lot going on there.
Yeah, he's in a really big property. And I think we'll get into that sort of more next week. It's amazing what he's doing out there and doing here. So Matt Miller, g'day, Matt. Good to see you. He's another member over at the hub. He's come in late. Sorry, Matt. We're just about to leave, mate. Matt's been he's a friend of mine. He's come to visit also at the house. He's moving up to Brisbane from Sydney, and he said he was going to come and get behind the camera and help me make some videos. So, looking forward to that. And what I'll do is we'll just put this one thing across from Will. Still chasing the stable variation. Yeah, see you, mate. And I'll just leave Matt there at the end. He's been so helpful with everything that I've done, and so have you, Kayleen. So thank you very much for all your help with everything and for coming on the show tonight and just getting to meet all the crew and people getting to know you even better than, like here. And we're going to be running these also as the community grows over at the hub. So the Garden Creator Hub, we've got the live thing there, and people will be able to come in and talk, and we can hear their voices. So it's a little bit different to this. So I'm looking forward to doing some more of those once we grow the community a bit more. So what we'll do is my wife does this. I call it the Shirley wave. It's not making you dizzy.
And you do it like a whoosh. Whoosh.
Yeah, that's the same. Everyone does that. Bye for now. I do that one.
Or we could clap hands like against the screen, like the Brady Bunch.
I don't know which way you go.
I don't know. No, the other way. Just don't hit your microphone.
Oh yeah. No, that's not doing it. I'm dyslexic, man. It's too hard for me.
High five, guys.
High five. Look, it's been a lot of fun. And thank you so much for coming and watching the show.
Thanks
and again, Kayleen, it's been wonderful. Head over to the Urban Homestead Artist channel. Check it out. She's popping out a few videos every week. I don't know how many exactly.
About one a week at the moment. Sometimes there's more, but but usually
one a week. So we'll stick with that. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. And yeah, and check out a garden, get some great tips, and all those little. I don't know. Maybe everyone's been asking a lot of frugal stuff, so who knows what she may
got
throw
lots
into
of them.
the mix. Yeah. So there you go. If you want to save on some money, maybe a good place to go. And we will sign out. We've been going for 1 hour 34 minutes. We've got 14 people watching. If you haven't given us a thumbs up before you go, please make sure you do. And head over, link in the description, head over to the hub. It's awesome. I reckon I'll be going over there now, and there'll be some people waiting to get in. Usually that's the case. So I'll do that now and let you in, and we will see you there. And I'll say goodbye, Kayleen.
Yes.
Goodbye, everyone.
Might see you over there too.
Yeah. Have a great night, huh? I just got to end the stream right now, and I can't finish off with any music. Maybe when I get the software a bit better or something, but no, we've got one. And she'll be coming down the mountain when she comes.
She comes.
She'll be coming down the mountain when she comes.
She's going to switch it off.
You're as crazy as me, man. What's going on here?
I know.